How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rowful and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Now, today we have ourselves a brand new leak that came out. By the way, shout out to the guys on the stream that I had earlier who actually let me know about this, that Jinx Club actually tweeted this out, about this brand new leak that actually came out, and I didn't notice it because, again, I'm not keeping track of my phone enough. But apparently there's a brand new leak on 4chan about Pokemon Generation 8, and Jinx Club tweeted it out. If you don't know who Jinx Club is, it's Poke Serena. She is a translator that translates a lot of leaks and stuff, and she's, like, really involved in the leaking community and that sort of stuff for Pokemon, so I trust her fully when, you know, she gives her opinions and when she posts something. Now, she didn't make this leak, she just posted it and shared it, so don't think she made this. It's just something she's just sharing. But she posted here saying, new leak, you know, with quotation marks, more than like a rumor from 4chan. Take it with a grain of salt, but at least we can get hyped. So I'm a little bit excited to see what this is all about. And then there's also a little, another tweet she made here, which is, the fact that Masuda visited Japan in recent years might not mean that Generation 8 would be based on Spain. It could be more for Generation 9 instead. The games take almost 5 years to develop, instead of 3 like we used to believe. Now, I have such a hard time believing that it takes them 3 years, more than 3 years to develop a game like a Pokemon game, because the only position where like the development might take a long time is like the Pokemon themselves. I feel like the general like consensus to me is that the Pokemon games shouldn't really take that long to make, because when you actually look at surface level, they don't seem to really have much in terms of like stuff in them compared to like most games I've seen, which take like less time to make. Like think something like a Battlefield game, right, which requires way like, you know, way better graphics and stuff. But then again, maybe it has to do with the fact that Pokemon just has like a bigger world you have to explore at the same time. But again, it's besides the point. So here is the actual leak, so to say, which is on 4chan, and I'll have it right here up top so you guys can see it. Now, of course, there's people angry, people angry here in the freaking 4chan comments. It's just 4chan. What do you expect? So anyway, we're going to read through these and see what it's all about. So here we go, guys. So, online MMO-like lobby akin to Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now, this is something that I think we heard as a quote-unquote leak for like the 2018 games in the past as well. People mentioned there was going to be some sort of like hub. Now, we thought there was going to be a hub for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, but there isn't. There's going to be a Pokemon Go hub, or Go Hub, so to say, where you, like, instead of the Safari Zone, you're going to keep your Pokemon there that you send from Pokemon Go. So that's a thing that I guess a hub-like area like Xenoverse could work for Pokemon 2019. I mean, it would make sense right now. In today's day and age, they should be able to pull it off. Like, I have no more, like, they shouldn't have any more excuses for not being able to pull off good online and stuff. I think a hub like that would be okay. I guess it would be akin to the hub you have in, like the hub you have in Pokemon Sun and Moon as well. Like, you have that whole, like, I can't remember what it's called, but, like, I guess you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, the online hub in Pokemon, like Ultra Sun and Sun and Moon and all those games. Like, those games have their own hub. Now, how this hub in this game would work would be similar to Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which I think would be pretty cool if it was similar to that. Actually, it would be really nice. Now, new region based on Australia/New Zealand. Now, I don't know if that would be possible. Like, I think personally, I always thought like a Spanish region, like Jinx Club mentioned, you know, a Spanish region. But it's been like a while now since like Masuda was in specifically Spain. Now it's been a while. It's been a few years at least since he was there, and he really loves Spain. So I wouldn't be surprised if the next region is based on Spain. But apparently, according to this, it's based on Australia and New Zealand, which I hope it's more based on Australia rather than New Zealand, because I just don't need more water in my Pokemon game. So I'm gonna be honest. I just want more, like, land-based regions, you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like a lot of the latest Pokemon games have just been too much on water. Like, the last, like, what is it, 6 entries now? You had Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, water. Sun and Moon, water. Ultra Sun and Moon, water. It's just so much water in the last, like, 6 entries. It's just a little bit too much. And now we have Let's Go Beach, Let's Go Eevee, which is, you know, not as much water, because, you know, you have more land-based movement. But it's just Kanto again, so it's nothing new. I'm talking about in new areas or whatever. It really wouldn't be, like, we haven't seen much like that. But I guess Kanto is a little bit of a deviation from the whole too much water thing. You know what I mean? Like, 7.8 out of 10 from IGN. Anyway, so dock-free Switch coinciding with its release, huge price drop, $200 USA. So there's already a dock-free Switch that's already being released. Does this mean an exclusive, like, new Switch, like an exclusive Pokemon version, like a Pokemon skin and stuff? Because that would be possible. That would be possible. That definitely could happen. Because here's the thing, guys. If you don't know this, but like, you know, these 2DSs and 3DSs, right? They sold so many extras of these. Like people, like I have a 2DS XL. I have a normal 2DS, right? The 2DS was the first ever I got. That was when like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire came out. I got the 2DS for the first time. I'd never owned a 3DS before that. I didn't buy X and Y because I couldn't afford it. But I finally, you know, like I saved up money and I bought myself a 2DS, and I had it, right? But then there was another one came out. It's a 2DS XL, right? So you need a 2DS XL to play games better, so it isn't lagging, etc., right? And they always release like new skins on them and stuff, because that's how they sell a bunch of consoles. And this is 100% gonna happen. This is 100% guaranteed. So I think this is right. This person right here, this is like, even if this is just a bullshit like lie, this is not even a real leak, that's a really like 100% guaranteed thing to happen. I'm not even kidding. That's just gonna happen no matter what. So next thing is in-game tiering system with fan-ran tier councils aim to outright replace Smogon. So there's going to be a tier listing in the actual game. That is just not going to happen. I mean, it would be fun. I'm not going to lie. It would be hilarious if that was an actual thing. And I guess it would kind of make Smogon obsolete. At least for that generation, it will make Smogon obsolete. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I just think it's very unlikely Pokemon will do that. But maybe they want to do that for the hardcore fans. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be possible. But I don't know. Either way here. So, apparently 101 new Pokemon. Possible. Very possible. Because we know we haven't had a new Pokemon game with like a brand new, like a huge chunk of brand new Pokemon in a long time. Like Sun and Moon introduced a few new Pokemon, but a lot of them were just kind of like, you know, it was just majority of it was like, you know, Alolan forms and stuff, but like, you know, there wasn't many like brand new Pokemon, you know, per se. There was like new Pokemon in the sense of like, you know, Alola forms and that sort of stuff, but there wasn't actually like too many brand new Pokemon. So I'm assuming this game, 101 Pokemon would make sense. It's like the right amount, in my opinion, just the perfect amount. A few new Megas, no new Z moves. Now, Megas actually could be returning. The thing is, Masuda specifically said in the past, Masuda and I think, I don't know who else was with them when they talked about this, but they specifically said in an interview that Megas are not gone. Megas didn't show up in Sun and Moon because they wanted to try something different. But they specifically said Mega Evolutions are not going to disappear. They will eventually come back because we can't just start a thing like that and just leave it. We eventually have to bring that back. So Mega Evolutions, I wouldn't be surprised if there were new Megas in Generation 8. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. I think it's a very big possibility that could happen. That's just, to me personally, I think it's possible. Next up here, though. They also say no new Z moves. I'm all good with that. I didn't like Z moves anyways, so I'll be fine with that. I don't know about you guys. I personally prefer Mega Evolutions over Z moves, but I'd be fine with that, like that choice. Game's already about 65% complete. Lots of polish left. So that wouldn't, I mean, 65%, it makes sense with the time frame they gave us. The game's been in development for a long time already, like give or take, like, it's going to be 4 years of development time by the time the games come out next year in 2019. It's going to be 4 years of development time for them, you know, to have been working on those games. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee took 2 years to develop. These games for Generation 8, they're going to take 4 years for them. It's been 3 years so far. By the time, you know, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee come out, it's going to be 3 years for Generation 8, you know, development. And by the time they release, it's going to be 4 years of development that have passed since they started developing these games. So that is actually pretty cool. I am actually really excited, you know, to see what they could bring out in that long amount of time. The game's already done, so they're about, you know, they're close to finished. They just need to be polished. You know, just like polish up all the areas, translations, all that stuff. I think we'll be seeing a lot of translation leaks very soon as well. Like coming into like November, like October, September, that area. But yeah, so next up here, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee allowed us to work harder on these titles. Okay, fair point. I guess that would make sense. Currently being called Pokemon Plus and Minus, but games names subject to change. See, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the actual name, because here's the thing. I've got to revisit. Guys, okay, would you guys mind if I revisit it? Just let me know in the comments down below. Anybody watching this far in, do hashtag Pokemon Plus Minus, okay, Plus Minus, and give me a comment telling me, would you want to see a video of me covering the old Plus and Minus leak again, and just kind of going through it and seeing like what could have been real in that leak? Because that's a leak from like 2015. Like, that's a leak from 2015 that said there was going to be a brand new like device, brand new Nintendo device, and it's going to actually have a Pokemon main series game on it, right? And that game was going to be Pokemon Plus Minus. It's going to have an online hub. Wait, now this one actually makes sense. Wow, huh? Well, interesting. Then they also say EV training and IV training streamlined to allow easier entry into competitive. Okay, I don't mind that, as long as it's not dumbed down to a ridiculous amount, but an easier entry for somebody who is dumb like myself, who isn't good at competitive, always accepted and always fine. Like, I guess that would be okay, as long as it's not dumbed down to a ridiculous level where you have to, like, just give candies to your Pokemon like you do in, like, freaking Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu and, like, Pokemon Go. As long as it's not that way, I'm fine with it. I think it'll be okay. I think, personally, I'm all Gucci with that. So, yeah, guys, in general, again, this is a rumor. Don't take this, like, you know, face value is real. It could all be bullshit. It could all be fake. You never know, guys. But in all honesty, it looks interesting. I won't deny that. It truly does look interesting, I will say, because it's not like it's not like it feels like it's super real or anything. It's just that, like, it feels to me really interesting of a you know, leak, so to say. But, like, it just seems like a really interesting one, and I'm really intrigued to see, like, what else it holds, like, you know, at what kind of value it might hold, because these leaks, they come out all the time. Sometimes they come out really at weird times and they end up being real. That's why we gotta pay attention to them, because guys, remember, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee were leaked, okay? Were leaked, fully leaked. The names, like the description of the games, all that stuff, even a logo was leaked on April the 1st, okay? And nobody believed it. I didn't believe it, but guess what? It ended up being real. So you gotta be like, you gotta give all these things a little bit of a, you know, a chance, and to take them with a grain of salt, and always, like, you know, be like 50-50 on them, and never just be like all out, you know, believing or not believing. It's just gotta be 50-50 on it. So that's kind of my positioning on this so far. But so far, all these, like, they seem reasonably logical, right? None of these seem like unorthodox and ridiculous and just stupidly, like, out of, like, you know, out of bounds. I feel like they just seem like they make a lot of sense. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. Make sure to give Jinx Club a follow, because she's the one who posted this and actually, you know, let us all know about it. Give her a follow, give her some love, and also, if you want to check out the post, I'm going to link it down below to the 4chan post and all that stuff, guys. Either way, thank you so much for watching. My name's Rallet. I'll see you all, guys, the next time, and of course, make sure to drop a like down below if you did enjoy, subscribe for future videos, leave a comment telling me your thoughts, and I'll see you all the next time, guys. Have a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.